Why do doctors ask this? The other doctor may have already tried whatever their first instinct would be, saves them from wasting your time trying that treatment again. Also, in case the other doctor prescribed any medicine that could interfere with new medicines, this doctor might want to prescribe. A patient comes in, says, "Oh my God, I can't stay awake. Help me, doctor." Are you seeing any other doctors for this issue? Patient: no. Reality: patient sees endocrine for diabetes and has a A1C of 12.6 because they refuse to treat their diabetes. Patient has been to a sleep study that shows a very high level of sleep apnea, and has been told to use apnea machines and pressure masks to sleep, and refuses. Patient also has ADHD and doesn't believe in medication, and refuses to believe that any of those are related to the falling asleep 15 times a day issue they have. So, they might, hopefully, get the patient to slip and say, "No, but I've asked all my other doctors and they have no idea what it is." And then dig into that statement a little and find out, oh, the issues are clearly already known and I don't need to waste time chasing things we know. Because if you're seeing another doctor for it and already taking some medication, they'd want to know about that. They want to know if you're cheating on them. Nah, real answer is so they can compare notes and get on the same page if another doctor has already seen you for the issue at hand. If you have seen another doctor for it, it helps the second doctor get up to speed instead of doing a bunch of work the other doctor already did. Either so they can refer to that particular type of doc or to contact that doc if they have any findings that would be helpful. It helps them build a history if there has already been investigation or treatment. Because insurance companies often won't cover services for something from two providers at once. Because many people try to see multiple doctors to obtain controlled and addictive prescription drugs to either abuse themselves or sell. Because if you are seeing another doctor, even if there's no insurance issue involved, the new doctor will want to coordinate care with that doctor so that procedures aren't duplicates and so that you don't get medications in conflict with something else you're getting. Lots of reasons, but primarily humans are stupid and healthcare is stupid. Patient may assume that the doctor got all the notes from the other doctor, whereas the doc actually has no clue you have seen anyone else. So then something huge gets missed because, oh, I thought you would have read that in the other doctor's notes. My mom did this just last week. She gets so mad that doctors don't spend hours poring over the medical history, they don't even know us on record somewhere else. They're just trying to avoid making assumptions. Assuming they think you have the best intentions, they want to know if you've seen other doctors so they may be able to try alternative routes of treatment or ask the other office for your test results. Because as the patient there is nothing more frustrating than doing a test over and over and over again, and trying the same treatment over and over again. If you have a history of other doctors and treatments, it's best to tell your new doctor so they can give you another route of treatment or a different test. For example, I have some GI issues. I've gone to 2 other doctors. One said it was just hormonal. The second basically said I have every disorder in the book and wanted to put me on a list of medications. I went to my third, told him what tests and imaging the other docs did, and their suggestions and my personal feelings of how I don't think either of them were listening to me. From there my new doctor was able to review my previous results, asked for 2 retests and a panel of blood work that the previous doctors didn't give, and he told me 1. It's not hormonal. 2. I don't have every GI disorder in the book. And 3. And a plan to try new meds for a certain time to see if it works or not and find the best one that works. I go to Dr. Quack, first doctor I've been to in 10 years. Doc, my knee is killing me and by Thursday it's twice as big as my other knee. He says that's what it's supposed to do and sends in PA. She says, sir, your blood pressure is very high and you need to lay off the bourbon and cheeseburgers. On way out, Dr. Quack asks if I like Botox injection cause I'm frowning. Next year go to different doctor that sends me to podiatrist. Knee is still bad but I have tumor in foot he says because we're standing wrong cause of knee hurting. Foot guy says I can't remove tumor because I smoke. On way out sells me 200.00 arch supports and some lame looking tennis shoes. Then my wrist and hands get hit with osteoarthritis. I get laid off. Getting laid off I get on Obamacare. I'm now broke and homeless with a bad knee and a bad foot and bad hands eating cheeseburgers drinking bourbon and smoking. This doctor listened to me and said I can help you but you can help yourself more. So I started riding bicycle and walking barefoot in sand at beach. Soon blood pressure is down. Doctor says my body never will be young and how about disability? Went through first time and 6 months later I'm on disability. The only doctor that ever listened to me went above and beyond the first two. No Botox, no prescription tennis shoes. I say get to second opinion. Some doctors aren't worth a shit. You might already be receiving medical care for your condition and the new doctor doesn't want to interfere with your treatment plan. Doctor shopping for pain meds is common. Some people shop around for diagnoses, especially if they are having mental issues and want to see if they can find a quick fix. Some people shop for a doctor that will give them drugs, or several doctors that will all prescribe different, same drugs at the same time. The doctor can have troubles with the insurance paying if there is more than one treating doctor. The doctor can be questioned if they prescribe controlled drugs to someone who already has a prescription. The answers can be yes, but then you need to explain why you are switching doctors, or getting a second opinion, or why you are stopping the meds the other doctor prescribed. Fucking hell, people are stupid man with light skin tone facepalming. The reason you will be asked is because they need to know if you're already receiving or have received treatment. When it comes to treatment options, in particular with medication, there is something called contraindications. That means that some medicines don't mix together in its most basic form. So if your doctor is asking if you've seen another doctor for that issue, they're asking because they need to establish what treatment you've received so far, what medications you've taken, if you still have some of that medication to take. For example, if you were given a course of antibiotics in order to make an informed decision on your course of treatment and make sure that whatever they prescribe is safe. If you aren't telling your doctors what treatment you receive and any other medications you are taking, then you're putting your health, and potentially your life, at risk. Or they want to know if you're shopping doctors for drugs. People shop to get the correct diagnosis. I am thankful I shopped around as one insisted on a painful surgery to use her new equipment. Went to another who said absolutely not, in 40 years later I am fine. You need to go to multiple doctors to get the correct diagnosis, as they just can't in 15 minutes, and also motivated by what tools they have purchased recently. Other doc may already have some notes and assessments. Also, if you want them to communicate at all with your other doc, they'll need signed permission to share your medical records. Best to go ahead and get that step out of the way, because you may have tried some treatments already. To give an example, for acne, the logical sequence is topical antibiotic on the skin. If that doesn't work, antibiotic pills, then topical tretinoin, then isotretinoin Accutane in pill form. It makes no sense to have you do an antibiotic course twice. It didn't work before, and taking antibiotics for a long time only creates more issues. That's why they ask. Moral reason: they don't want to be trying two different treatments for the same reason. It complicates things and can be extremely dangerous. I've seen patients get EPS from two psych facilities at the same time. Immoral reason: can't bill for the same diagnosis within a time limit, and insurance tends to pay the specialist. Any mid-level is not considered a specialist, and their supervising physician wants to get paid. Sometimes in the medical profession we have to figure out what it isn't before we figure out what it is, So if somebody's already done some legwork, it might be helpful to know what's ruled out.